Hey, I'm Megan and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So on today's video, we are going to talk all about how to grow your connections and followers on LinkedIn. Before we go any further, please go ahead and like and subscribe to my channel so that you always know when the next LinkedIn marketing video is uploaded and ready to go for you to see. So let's get into it. So the first thing that I want to talk about is always the beginning step to anything when you're talking about strategy, marketing strategy, LinkedIn strategy, is first you always want to define your goals. As I mentioned in the other videos that you will find on my YouTube channel, I'm not into going viral or getting a whole bunch of impressions and attention on posts that are not based around long-term growth. So because of this, you'll see that a lot of the strategies that I actually recommend to my clients and also to you on my channel is all about building community and long-term engagement that's going to encourage people basically to keep coming back to who you are as an individual and for you to keep building that community and that connection with them. That is really what I'm trying to teach you over there on the other side of this video, but also my clients on this is how you build a community and engaged network on LinkedIn, is this long-term dedication. But we also want to make sure that we are being strategic about who we are trying to actually engage with and attract and get them to follow or connect with us. So we want to be strategic about who we are adding into our network as connections and followers. So all in all, we want to be building a network of people and people in our community that are connections and followers, people who are interested in our content, but also are potential opportunities for us either as a job position or as a career or a potential business community. And so we want to create goals around that perspective of those things that I just talked about in this section. So I usually like to start off with asking myself some core key questions to help me define what are the goals that I want to put together for my engagement strategy, basically building my network out on LinkedIn. What type of community do I want to build on LinkedIn? What would be the profile of the ideal person that I'm trying to connect with on LinkedIn? And how many connections would I like to have with people on, let's say, a monthly basis, and also conversations what I like to have with people on a monthly basis? So these questions can help you define your goals, which will later help you define your engagement strategy. So now let's move on to the next section. The next thing that you need to think about is how to identify your ideal audience. So with any successful marketing campaign, the basis of it is always understanding of who your target audience is. And when building your engagement strategy on LinkedIn, this is no different. You want to think about, okay, who is this person that is basically the ideal person that I want to attract towards my profile? I want to connect with them and also start building a community with them. Who is this individual? So I always like to ask, again, myself another question is, who do I want to attract to my LinkedIn profile? Who do I want to build a community with? So from a sales and marketing perspective, you can really kind of define this question and build it out by using a great tool already on LinkedIn. And that tool is called LinkedIn Sales Navigator. You can get very defined and start building out a collection of people who, for example, are your specific target audience. So LinkedIn Sales Navigator is a really great tool that is right in LinkedIn to use for a process and an activity like the one that I'm describing in this section. But one thing that I usually see that a lot of people go wrong on LinkedIn is they build their community only around the people that they want to do business with. And what happens is these people who they want to do business with are maybe not actually engaging on LinkedIn. Maybe they're just LinkedIn lurkers. So they're on LinkedIn, they're looking at content, but they're not posting, they're not engaging. Maybe they're not on LinkedIn at all on a monthly basis or even a daily basis, maybe only once a month. Okay, so that's what I see a big problem when people build out their engagement strategy as part of their greater LinkedIn strategy is they only focus on people who they want to do business with, who they want to make sales from. And as we know, in any networking situation, if it was in person, for example, almost all the time, our connections and opportunities don't come from direct connections. They come through second and third connections, our community network, which is really important for this next step. Is you want to not only build a targeted list of who you want to do business with, but you also want to build a community around you who are going to be your advocates, who are going to champion your content, who are going to get excited and comment on your content, and who are going to help your content and your profile be seen by these people who are very strategic towards your greater strategy, these second and third profile connections. So just to kind of wrap up this last piece, we definitely want to be putting both groups of people into our LinkedIn engagement strategy. We want to be attracting not just people who can do business with us, but we want to be attracting engaged and active people. So remember, active and engaged connections are just as important as this other group of people. So when you're building out your engagement strategy, this is the next thing I want to talk about, is who would these people be? So the second group of people, these are your active, your enthusiastic LinkedIn creators. These are the people who every day jump onto the LinkedIn platform within your industry and your topic, and they engage actively in other people's content. They can be, for example, people that you've never met but only met digitally, so maybe they're within your greater topic of your industry, or maybe they're actually people within your community that you've met at co-working events, etc., that you know specifically and that also get on LinkedIn quite actively. So this is kind of the next bucket of people that you want to build out as part of your engagement strategy. These people who are actively engaging is going to help you make those connections to additional people. They're going to also help you elevate your profile and your content and all that work that you're already putting into your LinkedIn strategy. So the first part of this video was all about how to create an engagement strategy based on these two buckets of people that you want to build a network around, how to build those lists, but also the importance of why one group of people is just as equally as important as the other group of people when building out your engagement strategy. Now for the next part of this video, I want to move on to a new topic that is just as important as part of your engagement strategy. So in order for you to increase engagement, reach these goals that you put together at the beginning of this video, is you just equally have to be a great community member yourself. So yes, you want other people to engage on your content, but you also want to engage and write comments and engage with other people through Messenger. So all in all, you need to be a great community member, creating engagement, creating conversation, asking questions within your topics to build that brand awareness, get people know who you are and the topics that you're an expert in. So now that you know that you just equally have to be an important community member yourself, you have to write engaging, insightful comments to get the engagement and the interactions and the community building you're looking for. What does this actually look in action, and actually putting it into action and doing it on a daily or weekly basis? So that's what I kind of want to give you an idea now, is I want to give you, okay, what would this structure, these daily tasks that you could do to actually build up your engagement strategy on LinkedIn. So for example, you could go and let's start with an Excel sheet. So in an Excel sheet, you can create two different tabs. These two different tabs are the two different groups of people that we identified. So the first group, the first tab, are going to be people who could potentially do business with you, who are your ideal audience, your ideal customer profile. Then the second tab are going to be people within your topic, within your community that are active engagers, who write comments, who write posts. And then you want to go to each one of these profiles and you want to fill up the Excel sheet with the direct area for you basically to be able, the link for you to be able to go directly towards their content. So as we all know, content gets really kind of just mixed up within the LinkedIn algorithm, within the LinkedIn feed. So how can we make sure that we're seeing the people's content that we want to be actively engaging with on our content strategy? This Excel sheet is going to help you do that. And the first step for you to do that is to put the content URL, so the URL, direct URL to the type of content that they're publishing on their profile in the Excel sheet, so you can actively go to this URL on a daily or weekly basis, see what content is new that they have published or even commented on their behalf, and then jump into that conversation and leave yourself helpful and interesting comments. So my suggestion is to build out this Excel sheet with these 2 buckets of URLs and these 2 buckets of people, and then to strategically go after this. Let's say try to start with 10 comments a week. So that's writing 10 comments on one tab and 10 comments on the other, so 20 comments in all for the entire week. And just try to get into a routine of jumping onto LinkedIn, let's say 10 minutes a day, going through that list, seeing the latest comments, that latest posts that have been posted, and then giving your comment and your feedback on those posts, and make it into a daily routine. So to be truly successful on LinkedIn is you have to be an active and engaged community member, just as much as someone who's posting insightful and relevant content. So as I discussed in this video, it needs to be a strategic exercise on who you are actually building engaging contacts with, and then putting a strategic process in place so that you actually engage with these people on a continuous basis. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please remember to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you can get future LinkedIn marketing videos when they come available on my channel. So hope you found this insightful. Until next time.